So, just so you know that the recording is in progress. It is very hot in the room that I am in, so you may hear a fan going. If you don't hear the fan going and you're wondering why I'm talking very loudly, that is why. Sorry, my little fur babies are giving me fits. All right, so before we get started, as usual, oh, you can't see it there. Got some valor here. I want you to grab, I'm about to kick them out. I want you to grab any oil you have around you. So we're going to do what's called a scent tent. Got that right there. I'm going to go clockwise. Right. Can't see it, but put it on Mabel and Truffles. Okay, so I want to thank you for joining me today on this beautiful June 14th of 2024. We're going to talk about emotions, which I have shared emotions and oils before. I didn't actually teach a class on it, but I saw this script and some information, and so I wanted to share that with you. I think this is funny. Every so often I can move my head and you can see the little heart pop up. That's a clock that I had made for my parents years ago, maybe for their 20th anniversary. Anyway, so I have it now. Oh, excuse me. The fur babies, one's getting down, the other one is not. Okay, so first I have to share with you that the information that I am sharing with you today is for your entertainment information purposes only. I'm sharing knowledge that I have gained and learned. This is not to diagnose, treat, or cure any illnesses or diseases. I am only licensed as an audiologist, so that means I can diagnose and treat hearing loss and balance disorders. So if you have any questions regarding your hearing loss and balance disorders, I would love to be able to carry on a conversation with you about that. But this is just information for you only for talking about that. So we're welcome to essential oil, or not essential oils, emotions 101 with essential oils. So, oh, I hit the wrong button. Whoops, you can't see my screen yet. I gotta share. Here we go. Share screen. Now we're gonna go here. Oh, there. Oh, there we go. Okay. So welcome to the Emotions 101 class. We're going to talk about the emotions. So let's get started. Are you tired of feeling stressed? Does your body feel like it's under constant attack? Do you need simple daily habits for calming your nervous system? Do you remember a time in the past when you took care of yourself and you want to go back to that place? Do you want to know the basics of using essential oils for your physical and mental health? Then you've come to the right place, my friend. Trust me, you're not alone. So welcome to the Emotions 101 class. We're going to tackle the beast of that is stress and how it takes such a big toll on your health, both physical and the emotion. So ready for some good news though? You have tools, and if you know how to use them, you're going to change your life. So let's dive in, shall we? So first, we're going to talk about the emotions and the brain. Emotions are part of our everyday lives. We're going to tackle, they're unavoidable, and though they often seem to run the show, they're valuable to us. Emotions are simply reactions that we experience in response to events or situations. The type of emotion we experience is determined by the circumstance that triggers the emotion. For instance, a person experiences joy when they receive good news. A person experiences fear when they feel threatened. When we look at the structure of the brain, we see that the amygdala, it's a tiny almond-shaped structure, is key when it comes to emotions and fear. The hippocampus is where new nerve cells are created. And it is physically beside the structure responsible for emotions, and is connected to the nose via cranial nerve. So let me say that again. The hippocampus is where nerve cells are created, and physically it is beside the structure responsible for emotions. And that is directly connected via the nose with a cranial nerve. That may sound a little sciencey jargon-like, so let's rephrase. The part of the brain where new nerve cells are created is connected to the part of the brain that processes emotions and is also connected to our sense of smell. That is powerful. That means we rewire our brains. That means we can use oils intentionally for this. That is how we move forward in peace. We want to utilize the tools we have to dig deep and release the emotional baggage of trauma that is weighing us down. So our limbic system is also, that's what that's called. It's the amygdala, the hippocampus, the hypothalamus, and the thalamus. It's a very fascinating structure, and I think it's very unique and something to ponder over, that God would create that system that can be stimulated with the nose. So I just think that's very interesting. So now let's talk about emotions and the nervous system. Our emotions are closely linked to our physical bodies. If you've ever felt your stomach churn from anxiety or your heart beat faster with worry or fear, then you know that this is true. That is because the central nervous system, this is because of the central nervous system. So here's a science lesson. The central nervous system has two branches, the autonomic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system controls involuntary body responses such as blood flow and digestion. The sympathetic nervous system is charged with controlling the body's fight or flight response. Both of these systems are affected by and involved in our emotional response. But now let's focus on the sympathetic nervous system, our fight and flight. We will be in one of three places within our sympathetic nervous system. Ventral, also known as the right amount of energy. We will feel calm, grounded, able to give and receive connection with others. The sympathetic place is also known as too much energy. We are hyperactive, frustrated, angry, yelling, anxious, panicking, and defensive. The dorsal is also known as drained or zero energy. We are shut down, closed off, depressed, zoned out, numbed, hopeless, and sluggish. Our goal is to spend as much time in the ventral energy, but overwhelmingly circumstances, past stress, past trauma, and pain can hijack the nervous system and send us down the spiral into activated sympathetic state, or further down into a numbered or depressed dorsal state. This is why it is so important for us to identify and process our emotions, so that we can rewire our responses and spend our time in a calm state with the right amount of energy. And you guessed it, one of our best tools for rewiring the system, essential oils. Remember, I said the nose is connected directly to our limbic system. So let's talk about emotions and essential oils. So how do essential oils help with our emotions? Short answer, because of the power of aromatherapy and the limbic system. Our sense of smell is directly related to our emotions and mood. The cranial nerve associated with smell goes from your nose into your brain and ends next to the hypothalamus, the area of the brain responsible for mood, feelings, and emotional processing. This is why scent can trigger a memory or even a feeling. Vanilla reminds you of baking cookies with your best friend or your grandma. Lavender reminds you of your grandmother, or maybe a little sachet to go in your drawer. This is why aromatherapy is so effective when it comes to processing emotions and dealing with needs such as anxious thoughts, stress, and even low moods. Essential oils are also great for emotions because they contain constituents that can cross the blood-brain barrier to help recode and to help reprogram bad coding as a result of trauma. Then other compounds rewrite the code to restore the original perfect copy, one that will not keep us pulled into physical and emotional effects of stress. So, like, for example, when I was pregnant with my daughter, this was in September, she was due in December, so about 7 months. I fell down a flight of stairs, face first. And not that I was terrified of stairs, but I was overly cautious even after she was born, and I tried to avoid stairs as much as possible. If I could have had some essential oils that could have helped me release that trauma, I could have healed from that a whole lot faster. It took me a long time. I can't tell you when I started being less fearful of stairs. But that's what we're talking about here, that bad coding. My brain body remembers that going down that flight of stairs. So I've got a scar right there. All right, this is a process, but the great thing about essential oils is that we have a choice to embrace that process instead of loading our bodies up with toxins, chemicals, and other things that create more confusion in the cells. There is no shame in using conventional tools available to you to help you through when needed. But remember that they are intended for use while you're also doing the emotional work. So it's not just you take a sniff and woo, it's fixed. You have to do work, just like anything in life. You've got to work at it to get better. This is why adding essential oils, daily affirmations, and emotional processing to your daily routine can help you truly rewire the system to create more peaceful baseline for your emotional health. So let me share with you why Young Living. When it comes to bringing products into our lives and homes, we want to know that we have a company that we can trust to keep our best interest in mind, to be on the up and up with new research, and to be kind to people and the planet. We want peace of mind knowing that we're getting the best possible options, especially when it comes to farming, harvesting, and distilling the plants of our oils. And that is why I love Young Living. Young Living is a company dedicated to purity and purpose. In a world of bottom lines and investor-driven quotas, this family-owned, farm-driven group of people simply wants to create the very best sustainable oils and products for the people you care about. Products that will bring you thriving physical, mental, and emotional health. Products that will be convenient and easy for you to incorporate into your busy schedule. Products backed by proven science and experimental evidence that will never sacrifice quality of any reason. Ninja Red, Young Living embraces such a rigorous quality control standard to help ensure that all products meet strict specifications. Seed to seal is the Young Living commitment that it helps ensure that with every pure essential oil and Young Living product that you use, you're enjoying the benefits of global resources, industry leadership, and over 2 decades of innovation. The result, a pristine final product that you know has been created with conscientious sourcing science and standards. It's the 3 pillars of the Seed to Seal promise that you can read at seedtoseal.com and search for the pillars, the 3 pillars. You can also go to youngliving.com and search company and learn more about the company, to learn about the farm commitment processes and the people. I highly recommend making it a goal to visit one of the farms. It's an educational experience you'll never forget. You might even be able to plant some lavender that one day will be distilled into a bottle and shipped to your door. Meanwhile, you have that personal level of dedication to quality and your success in your health journey right here with an app called Life Steps. That is where I got this class. And if you've not been enrolled, let me know. If you don't have your own account, I will be happy to help you get your own account. My job is to help you learn, but that's a discussion in just a little bit. So you can get great additional educational sources, which I'll discuss with you in the Life Steps app. So let's move on. So releasing emotional patterns. Sometimes the thing that helps us buckle down to make a change is actually to let go. Which, speaking of which, that is my favorite verse, Psalm 46:10. It's on my ring. Be still and know. And be still there actually means just to let go. So every day I'm reminding myself just to let it go. Let go. Let go, let God. It sounds easy, but it takes intentional work to truly let go and not revisit past pains that feel like a gaping wound. Mabel's not in my lap anymore. So let's talk about trauma. It's a bit of a buzzword, but honestly, there's a good reason for that. We all have experienced things in our lives that shaped us for good or for bad. And oftentimes we have experienced trauma that has created habits and responses in us that can be overlooked. Do you easily feel overwhelmed, anxious about the future, frustrated with how your life has turned out, easily annoyed with family or coworkers? Snap at people when you don't really want or mean to? You likely have trauma that needs to be processed. In other words, you're feeling something that you're not working through. That's what we're getting at here. For our purposes, trauma can be defined at any situation where you got less than you needed and were not equipped to process it. We all likely have trauma, and sometimes it takes a little digging to find it and to find how it shaped you, and to find how it's showing up in your life today. And if we don't do the work to process these emotions, then they will remain stuck in our bodies and subconscious, where they will continue to wreak havoc. So what can we do? We can take active, intentional steps to release these emotional patterns. But how do you do this? Grab an oil, isolate what emotion you're feeling, think about the opposite of that emotion, and deeply inhale the oil as you sit quietly. After a time, practice rewiring the pathway with a truth or affirmation. Do this daily as you process through a specific event or emotion. So here are, there's a book called Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. If you would like to know where this book is at, please let me know and I can direct you how to find this book. And it's pretty awesome because it shows you how to process this. But what I was just talking about, remember your nose is directly related to your emotions. So this little bottle, Valor, 5 years ago, played a very big role in um, my ability to face a certain event. I'm not going to go into details because that's not important. It would make a bigger impact if I told you what it was, but there's no need to do that. It was an event that I had to go face, and there was still some feelings that I had not processed, and I had to go to this event. And I was doing this by bathing myself in valor. And this about affirmations, it's not doing a chant, it's just saying over and over to get a certain thought in your mind instead of the negative. So my negative was, I can't do this, I can't face this situation. Excuse me, my little fur baby is back. So I had to go, I kept, instead of saying, I can't face this situation, I can't do it, I'm nervous, anxious, paranoid, whatever those negative thoughts were, I started like a week earlier and was constantly telling myself, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and positive thoughts versus those negative thoughts. That's what we're talking about. We talk about affirmations. So here's an example. If you have some anxiety, the other side of anxiety is confidence. The way out is to say, peace, be still. So when you are feeling anxious, you're going to grab a particular oral. I think peace and calming is a really good one, or valor. Inhale that, and you're going to remind yourself to be still, have peace. Another example is disappointment. The opposite of disappointment can be freedom. So what you would say is, I trust my vision. Grief, opposite is happy. The words you would say is, change brings growth. Misery, opposite of misery is joy. You can say, I am free. It's all about getting out of that thought process and reminding yourself the opposite of it. So another way to process emotions is through movement. This can be walking, yoga, swimming, cycling, etc., just as long as the movement physically moves your body through space. Grab your oils, apply or diffuse them as you move, breathing in the oil as you mentally and physically process. For some individuals, those steps also include therapy or counseling. There is a lot of value in the third party listening and giving insight into your experiences, and great healing can happen in those safe places. So when we talk about movement, remember we talked about the lymphatic system. It's the only system in our body that doesn't have its own pump, so to speak. The only way the sewage of your cellular waste moves and is out of your body and dissipates is if it's moved. And the only way for it to move is for you to move. So that's why it's very important that you move. Get up and move. Do not be stagnant. So what has been very therapeutic and cathartic for me is running. Now, when I was a kid, I would have told you, I would knock myself out if I ran. But in 2016, I started running. Now, prior to that, I was running on the treadmill, but I began running outside. We have the gorgeous lake here in Lake Gunnersville, and that was so encouraging. Now I don't live as close to the lake, but I still see some beautiful, gorgeous sunrises. But that is so soothing to me to get out and move. Even when I was on my trip last week, I had to move, even though we did do a lot of walking. All right. So those are just some examples of how to start releasing your emotional patterns. Again, if you want help finding that book, let me know, and I will be happy to share that with you. So speaking truth over our lives, we're going to talk about truth. Truth is a very good thing. It's a necessary thing and can feel like a complex thing as well. Your past pain and trauma is true, and so is the ability for you to find freedom from it. Using oils and truths or affirmations will help you rewire the pathway in your brain to create new ones that are peaceful and whole. Speaking truth over our lives, our situations, even our past is essential to the emotional release process. This can be done in multiple different ways. So choose one that feels good to start with and consider adding in some other practices as you move forward. Affirmation. This can be as simple as identifying the emotion you wish to release, finding the opposite of them, and repeating a mantra or a few each day as you breathe in an essential oil. Grab a dry erase marker and write these affirmations on a mirror. Then spend 5 to 10 minutes a day looking at your reflection and reciting these affirmations while you breathe from a bottle or diffuse your chosen oil. Journaling. Writing can be a powerful tool for processing emotions. This can look like writing a letter to a younger version of yourself, to a parent, a family member, to the good old boy or girl you felt like you had to be, or really anyone, real or imaginary or past version of a real person. Get a pen and paper instead of typing, as our eyes track and process differently on a blue light device. Fire up your diffuser, apply on an oil blend, and inhale as you write. Detox fasts are another good way. Our emotions affect our physical health, and because we need to really slow down and process them, taking a long bath can be great for processing. Grab a cup of Epsom salts, add a few drops of your chosen essential oil or blend. Fire your diffuser up as well. Then sit back and soak as you isolate your emotions, find the other side, and process through any trauma that you uncover. Continue to breathe in the oils as you go. Visualization is very important. You can visualize to revisit a past pain and rewire the pathways in your brain to move your nervous system into a safe place. Think back to a painful period in your life. Who was there? What did it look like? How did it feel? How old were you? Sit there for a moment. Now visualize someone who feels safe, strong, and is nurturing to you. It can be a real person or someone fictional or someone you made up. Imagine that person coming in and give the younger version of yourself exactly what you needed in that moment. As we move forward to talk about essential oils for emotional release, come back to these practices as well as a way to actually work through your emotions and trauma. Add at least one of them to your daily routine and then add others. Now, I'm going to add a little bit here. I have always said that writing a letter, so if someone wronged you or there was a situation that left you with a bad taste in your mouth and you just could not get over it, I learned a long time ago, if I can write it out and deal with it that way, it's like I've been heard and a huge release has been released. But I would also, if tell people who I remember as a teenager saying this, why don't you just write them a letter but never mail it and then burn it when you're done? So write a letter for the situation or to that person, situation or person or whatever that has left you with some deep pain and hurt. I know several people, and I just visualize them and with chains around their ankles, just holding them down with their negative, whatever their past, it's just holding them down. And another thing that just came to mind, if they would just learn just to be able to break that lock, and that's where the brain is very powerful. There's a quote by Henry Ford, and I hear it all the time when as a commercial, part of a commercial, with my running podcast I listen to. But it's Henry Ford. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And basically, if you constantly tell yourself that you cannot do something, you're self-fulfilling that prophecy and you're not going to be able to move forward. The other thing I think about is you're the only one that can move yourself forward. So you have to be your own cheerleader. Put the blinders on, tell yourself you can do it, and pray to God and figure out how you're going to do it. The other thing is that when you say things, your subconscious is always listening, so you have to be wise with your words. So that's why it's very important. If you're constantly telling yourself you cannot do something, you're negative, you're whatever, you're going to end up being in that way because you're going to believe that. So this has always been impressed upon me. Young Living has a blend called motivation. Now, it's not like you smell that blend and you're motivated to start running. But what happens, it becomes scent imprinted. Remember, the nose is directly correlated to our emotions. So this is a process. You can't have one without the other. And if you use that motivation blend and you tell yourself, hey, I can do it, I'm just going to get up and go do it. Or if you tell yourself, no, I cannot do it, you're going to do whatever you tell yourself you're going to do. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right. The power of diffusing. We know that our sense of smell is directly related to our emotions and mood because of the limbic system. This means we can internally or intentionally use aromatherapy to process past trauma, rewire the signals in our brains, and release the negative emotions we carry. This knowledge carries such incredible significance for us. This empowers us with practical tools for our emotional health. This means we have the power to change our thoughts. We have the power to change our emotions. We have the power to change our actions, even in the face of stress. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. The practice of aromatherapy has been around for centuries and has become incredibly popular in the area of study in the last few decades. The last decade. There are countless studies on PubMed about the ways that essential oils can positively impact health areas such as immunity, mood, emotions, sleep, racing thoughts, focus, and much more. Go to PubMed and start searching. Like we mentioned, aromatherapy, breathing in essential oils, sends messages to our brain through our cranial nerves and limbic system. This means that inhaling oil triggers this area, helping us to rest, reset, and recharge. And diffusing is a great way to get the benefit of these oils for more than one individual. This can be simple as grabbing an essential oil blend, adding 10 or so drops to your diffuser, setting it next to you while you sit quietly, journal, meditate over a scripture or affirmation, or even revisit a past trauma and visualize what you needed in that moment. Go back to where we talked about speaking truth over our lives and find one of those actions you can take while sitting quietly. Breathe in essential oils as you do this to further rewire the connections of your brain. So let's talk about choosing focus. Peace and calming and frankincense. Essential oils are a great tool for us to use as we focus on mindsets that are positive, encouraging, and help us to achieve our goals. Our emotions are often hijacked by circumstances outside of our control. But the good news is we get to choose our focus. The next time you begin feeling the emotional slide, grab your bottle of peace and calming or frankincense, take a deep breath, allow the oil to work with the physical body to release stored emotions and to shift your mood focus towards your chosen mindset. This process can be as simple as diffusing oils, applying them throughout the day, or even breathing directly from the bottle. So let's talk about peace and calming. Peace and calming is one of Young Living's most popular blends for good reason. This blend of tangerine, orange, lang-lang, patchouli, and blue tansy will surely become a favorite in your family to relax the body and calm emotions. This oil can signal overtired and overworked body systems that this is a safe place to lie down the stress, lay it down, and invite in a sense of calm. It is a wonderful choice for a daily perfume and especially helps calm the nervous system when it is in fight or flight mode. Let's talk about good old Frank. Frankincense is one of the most desired essential oils available today and is a must-have for every home for many reasons. Frankincense is a good grounding oil that can help us to find a calm in our spirit. This is a wonderful oil to apply and diffuse during meditation, journaling, counseling, or other emotional work. Added bonus, It is our go-to for supporting the immune system, maintaining youthful and vibrant skin, and creating an atmosphere of rest. So let's talk about battling emotional and mental exhaustion. Panaway, valor. Emotional and mental exhaustion are such a real phenomenon, and they often show up in our physical bodies as well. So many women are carrying around a mental and emotional load that no one ever sees, and it is a load that they never lay down. Could they lay it down even if they wanted to? This often causes physical symptoms like soreness, anxiety, fatigue, and our oils can help with that. Panaway. Now, Panaway was my aha oil. When you need relief from emotion of exhaustion, grab Panaway, diffuse it, apply it, get this oil on and around you. This blend of mint oils and copaiba supports the body for inflammation. It is essential natural alternative to all the OTC pain creams. Over the counter, in case you didn't figure that out. So after a long day, taking care of the family, long day at work, or just a day where the all of it is on your shoulders. Panaway is your BFF. Valor. Valor is a lovely blend of frankincense, black spruce, blue tansy, camphorwood, and geranium. That is helpful for many emotions around our activated sympathetic fight or flight response. Thus, its battle-worthy name. Valor is a powerhouse when facing trial or season of adversity because its natural properties help align the body, both emotionally and physically. Our emotions and trauma are often stored in the physical issues and fascia of our bodies, and essential oils can help release stuck emotions and tension at a physical level in the physical parts of the body. So if you're feeling resigned, like you can't fight it, put the oil on the diaphragm. If you feel like you're losing a battle, put it on the lower lip. Fear of conflict, abdomen just above the right and left hips. Feeling aggressive, abdomen just same place as conflict, just above right and left hips. Feeling defensive, put it on the stomach. To harness its wonderful properties, you can apply Valor to your shoulders, the bottoms of your feet, the back of your neck, or anywhere you're experiencing tension or a stressful tightness in your body. It is also wonderful to diffuse and apply when doing your emotional processing and as a daily fragrance. Now, the history of how Valor was created, the founder, Gary Young, he was doing some research in I don't know where he was researching at because he went all over the world and was looking at ancient texts and things of that nature. And he found that the Roman soldiers going into war, into battle, would bathe themselves in oil. So this is the bottle of courage, and it works. It really does. So now we're going to talk about the next one, the power of breath. Good old raven and peppermint. Sometimes our bodies and minds need something incredibly simple, just a deep breath. I mean, how many times do you just go and just release it out? With a deep, clear breath, we can inhale to take in the good and then exhale, releasing what we no longer need. Our breath can be powerful. It can be a pause. It can be a shift. It can be a cleansing. So harness the power of your breath for emotional benefits. Breathe deeply, clearly, and from your belly, not from your chest. And support your airways with Raven and Peppermint. So Raven, I want you to say hello to a deep breath in a bottle of Raven. When I go for a run, I put Raven or sometimes RC on my chest, along with Thief's chest rub. That helps me keep my lungs open to breathe with. But I also will carry with me the CBD Soothe that has several different eucalyptuses in it. And that's pretty awesome to help. So This eucalyptus blend is infused with Ravenceras, also known as camphor, the active ingredient in Vicks chest rub. This oil blend is amazing diffused, or try it alone, or put lemon with it. Apply to give your airways a little TLC. It's soothing when your nose and chest need some TLC. You can also combine it with a little coconut oil for a simple but effective chest rub, or use it in the bath with some Epsom salts. So there was a one time very early on when I was introduced to essential oils and I just started using them. There was somebody that was sick with sinus infection. And so I had RC and Raven, and they were just coughing like crazy. So we rubbed it on the throat and it immediately stopped. And I was just blown away. It's the power of oils. Peppermint and vitality. Crisp, fresh, and alerting. This is peppermint. It opens the airways, cleanses the system, and gives you the deep breath you're needing. If you need a little help on from your early morning drive to not zone out when working on a computer, or just a little sensory experience to focus your attention, grab your peppermint. A little dab of peppermint on the back of the neck has the most wonderful alerting effect. This scent is crisp and cool, and the gentle tingling helps bring the mind and body back into connection. As you practice the art of healthy breathing, you may discover benefits of all the body systems. While each crave oxygen and freedom to detoxify the lungs, the brain desperately needs this. The whole nervous system, the circulatory system, the endocrine system, and of course, deep breathing and relaxed muscles go hand in hand. Your breath is powerful. When I'm removing earwax from patients' ears, some of them will almost start hyperventilating. So I'm constantly inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Come on, breathe in, breathe out. Because the short, shallow breathing, they will pass out. So I try and have them do that. So let's talk about the digestive response to emotions. We're going to talk about digize and lemon. Have you ever felt your belly dancing around because you were nervous, anxious, worried about something? This physical connection is emotional connection is so real, it works the other way as well. When we are stressed, overwhelmed, and allowing our emotions to run the show, there are physical issues that arrive. And digestive issues are huge when it comes to this. Our stomachs and livers store unprocessed emotions, which often leave us less than stellar. Two really simple ways to support this: digize and lemon. So digize is our digestive support blend that helps the body physically soothe upset bellies, like when you eat too much and your belly feels like it's about to explode, and helps us process through the stored emotions. Full of well-known digestive herbs like tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, fennel, lemongrass, anise, and patchouli, this blend soothes any digestive issues. Whether you're needing to get things moving to soothe a digestive upset or for daily digestive health, this is the blend to choose. Use topically or to add to an empty capsule with a little olive oil for wonderful relief and support. That's the Digize Vitality. Now, the regular Digize and Digize Vitality and the lemon Vitality, remember they're the same bottle or same oil. They're only just demonstrating that it can be used internally. So if you don't want to ingest it, you are more than welcome to put a drop in your hand and rub it on your belly. All right, lemon Vitality. Ready for the easiest health hack around? Add lemon Vitality to your water and drink it throughout the day. In a glass or titanium, steel, please do not put it in plastic, styrofoam, something like that. The essential oil will eat the plastic. It goes after fake things. So, lemon essential oil is cold pressed from the rind of the fruit, making it alkaline and a wonderful way to give your little liver a little gentle detox and support every day. Plus, it tastes amazing and makes you want to keep drinking that water, which keeps things moving, if you know what I mean. So let's talk about creating a vacation in our surroundings. So stress away, a vacation in the bottle, and citrus fresh. We all love a good vacation. We don't have to actually get away to create an atmosphere we love. We can do this on a daily basis, minute by minute, with our oils. And if that isn't winning, we don't know what is. So stress away. Stress away is your vacation in a bottle, convenient and ready to go with you to the grocery store, school, work, or wherever you need it. Pretend you're in a beach chair, sipping something cold and watching the waves. Stress Away Essential Oil Blend features copaiba, lime, cedarwood, vanilla, ocotillo, and lavender in an exotic aroma used exactly what the name says and for achieving a happy and positive day. So, personal story here, not wasn't on me, it was on my husband. He was getting worked up about something and he was getting louder and louder. He gets very loud when he's distressed. That's how he expresses. Well, I just grabbed his arm, took stress away, and peace and calming. It was in a roller, and I just rolled it on his arms, and he just deflated like a bubble. It was the funniest thing. That's my one of my ways to handle it. So, citrus fresh. This feels like a burst of sunshine in your day. Citrus fresh is a crisp citrus blend of orange, grapefruit, mandarin, tangerine, lemon, and spearmint that is bright and happy and uplifting. Throw this oil in your diffuser first thing in the morning, diffuse in your car, apply it wherever you need for a little bit of sunshine. Since it's citrus fresh vitality that we're showing here, you can put it in some water and drink it. Then you got all the different citruses. So let's talk about healing rest, lavender and thieves. We all know that sleep is important for our overall health, but did you know it's absolutely essential when it comes to emotional health? And we're talking about more than just not feeling cranky from lack of sleep. You don't want to see me when I've had lack of sleep. It's not good. Sleep is essential for your ability to focus, make decisions, sharp mental clarity, and low stress levels, a positive outlook, healthy weight, and is strengthening the nervous system. When we sleep, our bodies and brains go through important process necessary for growth, learning, memory, and recuperation of our body systems. Without sleep, our bodies cannot effectively make more blood cells, create neurons, repair muscle, produce antioxidants, or generate nerve pathways, making sleep as important for survival as food and water. So, two favorites for sleep: lavender and thieves, especially in a combo. Lavender, also known the grandmother of oils or Swiss Army knife of oils, has a scent that is a wonderful blend of fresh flower, clean and calm. Clean and calm. Lavender is a great beginner oil. It is incredibly versatile and is a must for every home. The gentle scent of lavender is synonymous with rest and relaxation for a good reason. It is incredibly soothing to both the body and mind. Apply this oil all over your body, make a simple linen spray for your pillow, sheets, and diffuse lavender at bedtime for deep healing rest. Now, Thieves Vitality. Thieves is the go-to oil for kicking the ick in our bodies and in our homes because it is an immune system powerhouse. This germ-fighting blend combines rosemary, lemon, eucalyptus radiata, cinnamon bark, and clove. Each of these oils has cleansing and purifying properties, making thieves a wonderful oil to diffuse at night as you sleep to help with your immune system recharge. No matter how you use it, diffuse it, apply it, ingest it, get this oil in and on around you. So I was going to tell you a little funny story about lavender. This was shortly after I began using oils, and I was given lavender lemonade. And so I started making that at night, and my husband and I would drink it because what I found was it put my body into a relaxful state. I was at somebody's house on Friday night, and they gave me lavender lemonade, and it was about 7 o'clock, and I was just, of course, now, yes, I do get up early, so 7 o'clock am in bed. But if I'm active around people, I don't get sleepy. But I was at this dinner just slowly fading because I was drinking lavender lemonade. So then we started drinking lavender all the time. Then I felt like that was too much sugar. So anyway, so a little story about thieves, which thieves Gary Young created after he did some research. I believe it is in a museum or library in England, that the thieves that were robbing from the poor during the bubonic plague, they were covering themselves in some blends, some herbs, spices. And Gary did research and he kept mixing the different ones till he could figure out what would help support best, what was most powerhouse effective, and that is how thieves became thieves. So let's talk about getting started today with the premium starter bundle. This is your easy button when it comes to processing emotions, giving your body a physical support, happy bellies, deep rest, and more, and creating a calm, encouraging environment wherever you are. This bundle is packed with some of our favorite essential oils, your choice of a diffuser, roller filaments, hand purifier, and more, or it'll come with hand sanitizer packets. The value cannot be beat. Now, the items we've talked about today are in the starter kit, the premium starter bundle. That's why I'm talking about it here. You get to choose your diffuser. Comes with frankincense, lavender, lemon vitality, peppermint vitality, citrus fresh vitality, diagize vitality, thieves vitality, Hanaway essential oil, peace and calming essential oil, raven essential oil, stress away essential oil, valor essential oil, 2 roller filaments, thieves spray, some hand sanitizer sachets, or if you do get one that has the hand purifier, which is same thing as the sanitizer, but that was before we were awarded and the FDA allowed us to be able to call it the sanitizer, and lovely Ninja Red. So this is the best way to get all these powerhouses. The kit is $165. It's valued at over $450. Because of inflation, I don't remember how much it actually is valued at now, but I can give you a code and help you get 10% off. But now I'm going to tell you the next best. Oh, I didn't say this. It is valued at over $400. It's only $165, which gives you over 50% savings. That's pretty awesome. But now we're going to talk about what in the world is loyalty rewards. So I want you to live a healthier life. I want you to be able to improve your health. I want you to get out things that are in your house, that are causing harm, that are more toxic than they are helpful. And what better way than something on the loyalty rewards, because you're ditching and switching and you're rewarded. That's why it says rewards. You're rewarding yourself. You're going to buy it anyway. Why not buy it from yourself and get rewarded for it? I mean, come on. Plus, you'll be part of a fun group of people. If you like making life simpler, saving money, getting free product, and a good discount, then this is for you. You will want to order your Young Living favorites via the Loyalty Rewards program so that you can earn points, free product with points. My husband's account, my account, I just ordered over $600 in free product. Woo woo, because I saved my points up. You get a free diffuser. In addition, if you got the premium starter bundle, you get another diffuser on your second month. And each month, Young Living gives out free gifts. The more you order, the more gifts you get. So you get exclusive oils. You save money and have it all show up on your doorstep. You place the order when you want that month. You set it on a certain time. You can place it, or what I did is I set mine way later in the month, but I'll go in and do it early. After you place 2 consecutive 50-point value, which is basically equals $50. You'll earn your first free gift. Besides points, you get a desert diffuser. And it just takes a few minutes to get starting earning perks with the loyalty rewards. So I want you to add the products to the cart button on the different pages. During checkout, you're going to see an option that says, would you like to make this your first loyalty order? You say yes. And all your items in that cart will be processed for your monthly loyalty points, and any loyalty rewards eligible items will appear in your order tabs. That's the gifts with purchase that you get each month. And then you enroll. You're going to manage your items in the My Loyalty Order tab for the next month by changing, deleting, moving, whatever you want to order. You just change it up every month. You don't have to order the same thing. Remember, it's ditching and switching. One month you could ditch shampoo and healthcare body products. The next month you could do cleaning products, so on and so forth. So the last thing I want to share with you is once you have your account with Young Living, I can help you get this app that is called the Life Steps app. And there's great resources at the tip of your fingers. Just click, 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 and you learn whatever you want. And you can also join a Facebook group, which I have a group. But you cannot get to the Life Steps apps until you have your account with Young Living. So I need to help you with that. But remember, I have a code that I want to share with you to get you started. This is a team effort where we learn and we help each other, because the more you learn together and share, the more knowledge you have, the more power you have, the better health you have. I just made that up, and that's pretty good. Somebody needs to write that down. So I will help you get that app. And the last thing I want to share is if you want to start shopping, just take your phone out. If you are on your phone, just send me a message and I'll send you a link. And then on the left side is all the different ways you can connect with me. If you are watching on Facebook, obviously you see me, just send me a message on there. If you're watching this somewhere else on that platform, just send me a message. I will be happy to get back in touch with you and share information with you. I want to thank you for joining me on this lovely Friday. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Now we're going to